Can we talk about Trump getting snubbed at the Nobel Awards? I guess we can. The Nobel Peace Prize has been awarded to Maria Machado of Venezuela. Donald Trump was snubbed. 8 wars stopped. Wait, that's so funny. Can I find this clip? Wait, if Trump actually said this, I want to see this clip. So Maria Machado got it. And apparently, this is probably the next best thing Donnie T could have hoped for. She shouted him out. Now, he tends to exaggerate, but my understanding is she did actually do this in some form. I don't know if the words he uses are correct, but she did shout him out.
The person who actually got the Nobel Prize called me and said, I'm accepting this in honor of you because you really deserved it. That a very nice thing to do. I didn't say then give it to me, though. I think she might have. She was very nice. And you could also say it was given out for 24, and I was running for office in 24. But there are those that say we did so much.
There are those that say
that they should have done it, but I don't take. I'm happy because I saved millions of lives. Many millions of lives.
So Maria got a couple interesting stories about this. Number one, Donnie T did not get his coveted Nobel Prize. He's been on a real last 6 month, getting the assignment into the deadline, trying to campaign. We'll see if now he's like, I don't give a shit anymore. Who gives a I didn't get the award and now it's over. I'm not gonna give a shit. I think there's a possibility of that. She said the immense recognition of the struggle of all Venezuelans is impetus to conclude our task. To conquer freedom. Oh, this is translated. I assume she doesn't mean to conquer freedom. We are on the threshold of victory, and today, more than ever, we count on President Trump, the people of the United States, the people of Latin America, and the democratic nations of the world as our main allies to achieve freedom and democracy. Venezuela will be free. So here's the deal. She ran an election. She ran as the opposition party in Venezuela, and it's disputed, but I will tell you what I believe. 100% she won that election. There's an overwhelming amount of evidence, including the fact that Maduro, who held power, he had the guns and said, nah, I won. Wouldn't produce any of the ballot. He wouldn't show any of the evidence. He kept it completely silent. There was third-party investigators from the Nordics that came. It's been investigated. And she won the election, but he just said, nah. He said, no, you lost, and also I have the guns. So she's been in hiding because he has forbidden her from leaving the country, and I think is hunting her. So she's on the run and in hiding and fighting for the freedom of Venezuela. It's tough to say what Trump has done with Venezuela is, I think she's like playing this alliance well, given that an enemy of my enemy is my friend. Trump is against Maduro, she's against Maduro, and so she's saying what Trump wants to hear. But him, unilaterally blowing up Venezuelan boats, not in a declaration of war, is not... I assume if she was in power, that would not be something she would support. Wait right there. I had to run home from basketball to record this because I didn't want to get gotcha'd in the comments. Okay? Someone's going to actually me, and I want to be sure that you understand what actually happened. Okay, look. The 2024 Venezuelan presidential election was between Nicolas Maduro, the current essentially dictator of Venezuela, and Edmundo Gonzalez. Gonzalez is the guy that ran because Machado was banned from participating, but she won the primary. She was clearly the candidate. She had a wave of popular support going into the election, and he banned her from running. And then they arrested a bunch of other deputies that she could have ran, and they had to go all the way down the list to Edmundo Gonzalez here. So yes, he was technically the candidate, but I'm not talking about him because it was really her story. And I'm sure you have many reasons based on things she said or done to not like her or have doubts for her. However, I know that she won the election. Every independent authority that looked at this election found it to be overwhelmingly in her favor. And if you just think about it from a logical standpoint, in 2024 especially when this happened, almost every single country was flipping the current party in power out of power. Everyone was voting for the opposition. And Venezuela had more economic pain and turmoil than almost any other country in 2024. They had humanitarian crises. They had hyperinflation. They had like 8 million Venezuelans flee the country. And you're telling me those people said, yeah, I like who's currently in power. We're going to keep it that way. That's insane. People that defend Maduro's election are insane to me. But that is just the technical thing I wanted to clear up. She truly should have won, should have been allowed to run, and now she's being persecuted by a dictator in her own country. So I have no problem with her winning this award, whether or not she's the perfect statesman outside of that. I think what she's doing to fight for democracy in Venezuela is admirable. Okay, that being said, what I really want to talk about is the insider trading. Obviously, there was the main story of Trump not getting the award. This is kind of a surprise pick that she wasn't in the lead for winning this. The surprise story was that right before it happened, look at this, right before she announced to be the winner of the Nobel Peace Prize, she skyrocketed from, 0% to 71 right before it was announced, meaning somebody insider traded on the Nobel Committee's decision and made a bunch of money. She was like deep fourth, not in the running. The leader was Yulia Navalny. So out of nowhere, they made a massive bet on her and won. And the Nobel Committee is investigating, trying to figure out who the leaked and made a massive bet on the Nobel Peace Prize. A rare leak from the secretive committee that hands out the prize. It seems we have been prey to a criminal actor who wants to earn money on our information. So there was a bit of a scandal around this. Somebody knew, or maybe someone just strongly believed in her cause exactly 3 hours before it was announced and decided to make a life-changing bet. Maybe they were just that lucky. Okay, let's not assume any negativity here. How much money was made there? More than the value of the prize? That's a great question. So there was $21 million bet total. Does Nobel have a cash prize? You get $1 million for winning the Nobel Prize. $1.17 million. So it stands to reason the person who made this bet made more money off the Nobel Prize than the winner did. That's crazy. Why doesn't the winner demand more? Yeah, like what if they threaten to go to war if they don't get more? That'd be kind of based. What if they get an army and they attack the Nobel Committee until they get more than $1 million? We have any updates about who bought the Trump gold card? I don't know. Did anyone actually buy this? You guys all bought the $1 million Trump gold card. I'm sorry, $5 million. I think they dropped it. Wait, they slashed the price? Wait, they slashed the price from 5 million to 1 million. It's only $1 million? An autumn sale. It's an autumn sale on the U.S. citizenship. I mean, at $1 million, people might actually buy it. I'm not even kidding. If it's like an oil baron or something, if you're an oil prince, you can buy U.S. citizenship for $1 million Insta. That's not that crazy. You might do it. It's like Black Friday sale. Oh, there's a website? Wait, I want to see the website. Trump Gold Card website. The Trump Gold Card is here. Unlock life in America. It looks like this. Trump with an eagle and the Statue of Liberty. That shit's American, baby. Oh, you can get a platinum card, though. Wait. If you get the platinum card, you don't have taxes? You get 270 days a year in the United States without taxes on non-U.S. income. Sheesh. A citizenship battle pass. How does that benefit us? Well, we get $5 million one time. What is a Trump corporate gold card? Oh, a corporation can buy it for you for $2 million. Oh, shit. All right. Why is this tier like a video game subscription? To understand the modern consumer mind. Okay, we need to have more video game-based shopping experiences. I feel like video games are way ahead in the shopping meta, and the rest of the world's gonna catch up. I feel like Labubu is also a physical version of what gacha games have already figured out. I feel like everything's gonna catch up eventually. I think we're gonna have battle passes for healthcare. Yeah, I think we're gonna have a dentist battle pass. I'm not kidding. I think that's how our minds work, and we're gonna get it in all aspects of our life. Gaming's just the front of the curve. I feel like Taylor Swift's next album's gonna have a battle pass. I'm not kidding. I think it's gonna have a battle pass, and I think everything you buy is gonna have tiers. It would make me go more. Exactly, dude. If you have a dentist battle pass that unlocks more stuff when you floss daily, you're probably gonna do it. Can I get a login bonus for doing my chores around the house? That sounds like something you would say to your parents after spending 50 hours playing WoW or something and skipping Thanksgiving. That sounds like the way you would talk to your family if you've been not interacting with them and playing video games. the woman we were talking about who's going to run Japan, Takaichi, might not anymore. It's been one day. We'll do a quick explanation on what the is going on in Japan, because there's big new news today, and I'll have to make a further thing later down the road, but, in case you want to know. Takaichi was supposed to be the new prime minister of Japan because she is from the LDP. Look how many seats they have. They're clearly the dominant party here, the LDP, the Green. Here's the deal. The Green Party here, I don't remember how to pronounce this one, so I won't try. But this Pink Party and this Green Party have been fused at the hip. They've been in alliance for 26 years. Since 99, they've been in alliance. And that has allowed the LDP to get enough votes as they need to get a majority or near majority on the things they want to get done, right? So they have enough to pass their agenda. It's a ruling coalition. As of this morning, as of now, today, the Pink Party here, I should get their name, but split off. They split off. They said, fuck it, the alliance is dead. They broke up the 26-year friendship. So now the LDP no longer has a majority ruling coalition. That means, much like France, they have a bunch of different parties and no one can get a majority. And so it's seeming like it may be less likely that she even becomes prime minister. They were going to push it through with the votes they had. Kome, there you go, yeah. So big news out of Japan. I mean, it's just repeating all over. I think parliamentary systems are being hit especially hard, but I guess we're shut down in America too, same thing. Like gridlock. Everywhere's got gridlock, dude. Every country with a democracy is getting hit with gridlock because people can't decide how to tackle the problems of the present. Isn't the UK also polling? Yep. Very similar situation. The UK's Starmer government is polling so horrendously. They're like lame duck 8 months into their term or whatever. They're so quickly. And then there is a rising Nigel Farage reform UK that's, essentially there's usually a embattled current party in power. And then there is a rising party that blames everything on immigrants. And that's happening in Japan and Germany and France and the UK and all over. And it's getting pretty serious, getting pretty crazy. Wacky, ha, goofy, glizzy. That's how I'd put it. That's how I put this week. Wacky, ha, goofy, glizzy.